watching the Joe Cronin Show on YouTube because you got a big appetite for sexy.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. To the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a WWE Backlash 2022 review. I've had a couple of drinks. It's Mother's Day, and there's no better time to really pay homage to your mother other than Mother's Day night, when you intoxicate yourself so bad that you drunk dial her pretending she's one of your ex-girlfriends and telling your mother that, listen, if you hadn't had me, I would have had you, mommy. It's Mother's Day 2022. It's the Joe Cronin Show. It's Backlash, Wrestlemania Backlash, in my backyard of Providence, Rhode Island, only 30 minutes away. So many of you wanted to see me tonight, but you didn't get to see me because I'm just not going to that shithole. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? It's WWE Backlash review for 2022, the Wrestlemania Backlash that they love to say so much. AJ Styles was there, despite the fact that AJ Styles doesn't want to compete for a championship or take the reins of the company because he's too busy playing video games and things like that. So who cared about that match anyway? But we're going to talk about all the matches tonight. Seems to be some controversy in the chat tonight. Some people thought this was atrocious and terrible and garbage, and then other people seem to think that the show tonight was, decent for what it was. And we'll find out if, which one of those sort of mindsets, holds true, I guess. Because, yeah, there were so many different opinions, and I saw them in the chat tonight. The opinions of you guys about this show, and I get it, they're all over the place with different takes here or there. But, I thought it was somewhat decent tonight. I thought it was funny that Baron Corbin lost to a Baron Fruit Roll-Up again. I coined the phrase Baron Fruit Roll-Up Corbin a few years ago, or many years ago now, and I said, hey, you realize he's lost 3 times due to roll-ups, or 2 times at that time during the roll-ups. This might be time number 50 that he's lost to a roll-up. It's the longest-running troll, gag, or I don't even know, like joke on a guy that I've ever seen. Hit that like button, guys. We need to get the likes up tonight. We need to start trending this thing around. We got to get to 200 likes right now to get this video popping and trending around, man. So please, open up multiple windows on multiple devices. Hit the like buttons. Grab all your fake troll accounts and like button this bitch up. It's the Joe Cronin Show, WWE Backlash. We're going to hear from you guys in just a few minutes. And, of course, the alerts are on. Everything's on for you guys. Whatever you want to do tonight, feel free to do it. We are here on Mother's Day night, man. Forget your mother. Cancel the plans. Oh, Ma, we're going to go down the street to your favorite place. I'm watching Joe Cronin flip out on YouTube tonight. I won't be there at the Olive Garden to watch you burp and to stare at the weird hair growing on your face now that you're 905. Okay? I am ready to do this tonight with you guys, so let's get it going. And here it comes.
Super chat.
We're getting super chats coming in already. There's a brand new $30 donation. Acknowledge me donation. And what's this? AEW Mark. What's up, AEW Mark? How you doing, man?
Adam Scherr is in and thanks to NEGAN Orlando.
Adam Scherr is in AEW thanks to MegaCon Orlando. Are you serious? I don't get it. AEW Mark, thank you. He very well could be going there. I would think that he would be, but he's been talking trash about AEW, remember? But maybe that's just a weird front or some kind of smokescreen that they all agreed upon, to talk about or to talk crap, or, that he would basically talk trash so it would seem like he's not coming. I don't know. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Is Roman Reigns leaving WWE? That's a big question on a lot of people's minds. So we will also get to that as well, because that is a huge question and something. We'll play the video footage of why people obviously are saying that. A lot of you guys may be aware of that already, but we'll go into it anyway. But very much a thank you to AEW Mark for that. Really appreciate that. Alex Oli has become a member. He says, that's 9 months as a member. Alex, thank you for the 9 months membership, man. Thank you so much, dude. 9 months in a row. People calling this show trash are dumb, he says. He gives this show tonight a 7 out of 10. We'll go to the poll in a minute that's up. You will see it pinned to the top of the screen. I know there's the donation link that's pinned to the top of the screen, but somewhere up there's also the poll. So feel free to vote on the poll. It's free to do that. Vote on the poll if you'd like. What did you think of the show tonight? I really think I need to think about this some more. I think this show was somewhere around a 5, 6, or 7. I just have to come to terms with what I really believe it was. And it may be a 6 for me, but, that's, again, a 6 is a passing grade, in my opinion. 6 is usually like, that's a pretty good show. A 5 is like, oh, whatever. And then below that is obviously garbage. But, if you can hit a 6 or a 7 at a show that is all repeat matches, a 5, 6, or 7, I mean, 5 is unacceptable, really, but, 6 or 7, we'll talk about it, and I'm probably going to make my decision here tonight on the air. Oh, shit.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show.
Oh, my God.
To fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me.
Oh my God, DWELSH has acknowledged Joe Cronin. It's $30.
Acknowledge me.
Man, what a fiery drop from DWELSH. Thank you, sir. Pat McAfee.
Bar Rescue out of 10. Adam Cole and Britt Baker special guests. Acknowledge Joe.
Oh, they were on Bar Rescue? Wait a minute. Adam Cole and Britt Baker were on Bar Rescue tonight? I always watch Bar Rescue. You always watch it. And now tonight AEW was on Bar Rescue? Serious? That's really funny. And I don't watch tonight? That's crazy. DWELSH, thank you so much for acknowledging me and donating to me, you sexy beast. $30, baby. Acknowledge me. I know you want to. That's crazy, bro. I want to talk about Pat McAfee in a little bit. I love Pat McAfee. You guys know this. But sometimes when you get too high, too hyped, and you're just on a roll, sometimes you go overboard. And I got to be honest, I love Pat McAfee tonight. He entertained me as always. Good job. But there were a few times where Pat McAfee was almost unhinged tonight. Almost like he had a couple of drinks before the show. He was a little too overboard with acknowledging the crowd tonight. He was like, this guy looks like Macho Man. This guy, he just kept, I don't know why, but he kept describing the crowd too much. At one point he said, is that the Fiend in the front row? And that was like, ooh, man, shouldn't have said that. And I bet Vince McMahon did not like that, but I don't know, man. I love the guy, so he was the most entertaining thing about the commentary team. Once again, made Michael Cole better, no doubt about it. But he did seem to kind of go overboard tonight in a weird way. I thought, and I think if later on he's gonna be like, I should rein it in a little bit. I've had those nights on commentary where I'm having so much fun that I've been crazy, and then later I listen to it and I cringe and I go, ooh, man, I was way too ridiculous on commentary tonight. Like that's not good, you know. I've had those moments. Not saying that's a definite that he did that tonight, but it was, I don't know, man. I just felt he was kind of like going overboard a bit. You know, rein it in just a little bit, maybe. Just a little bit. But I still love him, man. I still love him, bro. I really do. I absolutely love the guy. So it's not, we're not going crazy. But, you know, if you're going to watch that guy, Chris, you're a troll. I'm going to block you because you're a troll. I know you're a troll now because nobody would watch that boring four-eyed fuck over me, okay? Nobody would watch that boring four-eyed fuck over me, okay? No one's watching No IQ over me, okay? Trust me about that, okay? Nobody's doing that. And if you are, you're a troll, bro. Enjoy that guy. Enjoy being bored to fucking tears. Or as Catman says about fucking Sean Ross Cyclops, go be bored to tears and watch the guy who hits on all the IWC women so he can get them on his show so he can try to get there in their pussy. But yeah, so bro, you're a troll. I mean, you gave yourself away. Nobody would watch that guy over me. He has the charisma of a child rapist. Okay, so I don't think so. All right, here comes another donation. Let's see what's up.
Super chat. A super chat.
Super chat from Alex Oli tonight. Thank you, Alex. What's up? Brand new $30 dono.
This show was good for what it was. Way better than expected. Seth Cody, Edge AJ topped their Mania matches. Ronda Charlotte decent main event. Thumbs up, 7/10.
Yeah, you know, I think that's part of why I didn't mind tonight. I saw some people just furious about this show tonight. And I think the reason why I didn't find this show infuriating or furious, or I didn't get angry really, I think it's because basically I didn't expect this show to be good. You know, we said it could be good because that's what they do. Sometimes they get lucky and they just do a good job, you know what I mean, and things are good. But other than that, they don't know what they're doing, and you hope that it's good. And tonight, to be honest, yeah, they did good enough, you know what I mean? So because of that, you know, it's good, you know what I mean? Let me see here. Let's see. Is this from you, John? Did you send me a text? Let me see. Let me see if this is your text. Oh, yeah. So you wanted me to mention the crowd. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about the crowd because, like you said in your... So I got sent a message on Patreon from Charles, and he was like, yo, he's like, the crowd is great tonight. Why does it sound so good? Blah, blah. Providence, a big city. No, here's the thing. The Dunkin' Donuts Center is tiny, okay? It's very small, the Dunkin' Donuts Center. I don't know what the numbers are. You guys, maybe somebody looked them up, but it's about 10,000 people that I think that the Dunkin' Donuts Center holds. It's where the Providence Bruins play. It's a smaller arena, so it's very intimate. It's old school, like the old Boston Garden. You know what I mean? It's basically, if you're not going to Boston, you're going to Worcester, you're going to Dunkin' Donuts Center. Dunkin' Donuts Center and Worcester are smaller. Worcester's got a higher ceiling, but Dunkin' Donuts Center is a little bit, I think it's bigger actually. But it's definitely a small venue, so it feels intimate, and obviously it's going to sell out. So somebody said, I don't believe that the tickets sold out. You know, would they give them all to Make-A-Wish kids or something? I saw that in the chat earlier when we were all watching the show together in the chat here, and there was about 40 of you chatting. By the way, guys, hit that like button and stick the thumb directly up my rectum. Here's the thing. People are coming, when you're at Providence, Rhode Island, people are coming from Connecticut. People are coming from all of Rhode Island, and Rhode Island's a big wrestling area, and also Boston and Massachusetts. So you got to think about it, man. People are coming from all over the place, even New York. New Yorkers find their way to this venue because it's, for some New Yorkers, it's only an hour long almost. So a lot of people go to this place. A lot of Connecticut, a lot of Rhode Island, and again, like I said, I'm 38 minutes away. I'm 38 minutes away from Providence myself. Not even, actually, about 33 minutes. And in Boston, when I used to live in Boston, I was about 40 minutes. So if you're in Boston, 40 minutes, you're in the Dunkin' Donuts Center. You know, and if you're where I live now, I'm 30 minutes and I'm in the Dunkin' Donuts Center. So it's just like, dude, like so many people can easily get there. It's going to be sold out New England. Oh, it's 12,000 people. Thank you, Big G. But yeah, it's like so many people. Yeah, New Jersey people I'm sure can get there. So the crowd's going to be good because you're going to have many of the very enthusiastic Northeast wrestling fans getting to the show. So that's why Providence is going to be good. Even Boston is somewhat limited in a way that, Boston is going to see all of Massachusetts and Boston and going to get some Rhode Islanders coming up into it, and it's going to get some New Hampshire people coming down to it. But Providence is different because you get the hardcores from Massachusetts coming down, you get the hardcores from Connecticut coming up, and you get some really hardcore people from New York coming in. So if you add all that up, it's usually a well-off, energetic, good crowd. Great entrances tonight from some people. Obviously, Cody Rhodes. They start the night off, a good opening match, a solid match. I'd probably say a 6.8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 really is what we should give it, I think. So some of these matches obviously better than the WrestleMania matches. Ronda and Charlotte, I thought had an entertaining, sloppy I Quit match. It was sloppy and entertaining and rough, but I enjoyed that about it. The main event had the crowd. The crowd felt it. The star power of Roman and whatever you want to say about him, it felt that way in the main event. So the main event was, the crowd was hot for it. They knew it was the last thing they were going to see, and so they tried to pour it all out. I think the crowd really wanted a big table spot they didn't get tonight. That was the only thing. Might have left the crowd disappointed. Feel free to vote, though, because we got 382 votes clicking away. Most of you guys, almost half of you, just say, hey, the show was good. Show was good, man. The show was good tonight. 29% of you blah. 11% said best show ever. I mean, I'm wondering how many, you're on crack. If you thought the show was terrible, I don't really see that show tonight being terrible. I don't see the show being best show ever for sure. That's like, you're on some kind of steroids, amphetamine, like dildo fucking drug tonight if you're saying this is the best show ever. I mean, or you're younger. If you're a younger kid, first of all, you shouldn't be watching me. But if you're a younger kid and you love Roman and you're whatever, I could see you being like, best show ever. I loved it, man. Oh, okay, I get you. But if you're over 14 or older, I mean, there's no chance in hell you write best show ever unless you're on legit angel dust, okay? So I get it, but I just don't get it if you're giving it that rating. I don't think it's worthy of terrible. I definitely think it's a blah or good. I think I would honestly be somewhere between blah and good. If there was like, it was what it was. Yeah, it was pretty, it was all right something. I'd probably be there, but I'll go good. I'll give them a good, The build-up was awful and atrocious and just mind-numbing to get to. But tonight's had better matches, some of them, than the WrestleMania matches. So it's just, that's crazy to me. But yes, we have a brand new $30 dono. It's new. Give it a try. And go ahead and donate to me. Acknowledge Joe Cronin with the brand new $30 donation, man. Paul 3 says autism speaks. Oh my God. That's just terrible. Good Lord Almighty, Paul. What up, man? Whoever voted that the show must be smoking some good shit. Yeah, they're smoking something, bro. Let me tell you that. They're smoking something. Mr. Pico Boulevard donated, and he said Pat McAfee got his Coke tonight. Pat McAfee gets his Coke from Seth Rollins' Taylor. Yeah, I mean, Pat was loaded tonight. Pat went a little overboard tonight. I love Pat McAfee, but he definitely went overboard tonight. Pat was on...
Someone has dropped
a little too excited tonight. It's the Pitbull. It's the dog himself. The Pitbull Blonin.
It's coming down. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
$10. What's up? Pitbull Blonin says Cody vs. Seth was possibly the best match of the year so far. Bark, bark, OF somebody. I don't know. Pitbull blown in PBB, dropping the $10, brother. I appreciate that, Pitbull. You need to continue to prove yourself to me, and if you do, I will unleash you on the entire world. I will release the leash on the Pitbull blown, I guess. Thank you so much, Pitbull blown, for that $10, man. There is a brand new $30 Acknowledge Joe donation. Give it a try tonight. DWELSH already has.
Super chat.
Okay, Backwash. WWE Backlash. What did you think? Leave it in the chat. And hit the like button while you're at it. Stand back. Stand black?
Stand back, Hurricanes. Teresa Marshawn coming through.
Let's go, baby. How about that? The Bruins have tied up the Hurricane series. Throw your stick at Marchand. You granola-eating grease dago. I don't know. We're going to beat your ass, bro. Let's go. Hurricanes and Bruins. You want to talk hockey? I'll explode on you. But listen, Cody Rhodes, great first match with Seth. They started obviously they got things going. They got things rolling. And they really set the tone, which needed to be set tonight to start this thing off. They really did, and they did a good job at it. So, thankfully, they set the tone in a great way, and it felt good. Again, Cody Rhodes is exactly as I expected. He feels special every time he comes out, and he feels special in the WWE right now. And that's exactly what I had hoped for, and it's exactly what I've gotten. And I'm so happy that that's the situation and that's the case, because I was concerned that wouldn't happen. The last time I got this excited about somebody, Matt Hardy came to the WWE broken, and it didn't work out. And then Matt Hardy went back to AEW, and that didn't work out. So I was a bit confused and worried about what would go down. And so far, they've handled Cody Rhodes, special, and in a special way and in a good way. So great that they were able to do that. Thank goodness it's worked out so far. And that match was a great opener. I thought it was it was better than potentially I think better, yes, than their WrestleMania match. The WrestleMania match had all the hype of the debut and all those other things, but this tonight felt like a little bit better of a match than they had at WrestleMania, which they needed to do. They needed to do better, but there's no resolution in the end, really, because the tights, and now we're going to get a rubber match. And is Cody Rhodes going to get a sweep of Seth Rollins? Cody Rhodes wins. Is that what's going to happen? Or are we going to get Cody Rhodes win, Seth Rollins cheats, Cody Rhodes win? I don't know. But this is looking like a rubber match, and, man, Cody Rhodes could sweep Seth Rollins unless there's 4 matches. So that's the only disappointing thing there is, well, they were going to have another match now because Seth is going to say, well, you cheated, and Cody's going to say, well, you cheated, and then I just did the same thing you did, and I did it better. So they're going to have another match. We know that, and I wish they had moved on because I like Seth. I almost want to I want to find out if Seth maybe gets over as a face with this goofiness that he continues to do because it's just been so funny and weird. And I think it would be nice to see Cody separate at this point, but. It looks like they're not done, and, we'll see how much longer this is going to go on for. But it could be a while because, I don't know, man, we're definitely going for a rubber match, if not 4. I mean, bro, there could be 4 matches with these two. The way this is set up, it's a possibility. Which I know some people aren't going to be happy with, to be honest, but hey.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show, to fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me.
The Ghost from the Coast has donated $60. He has acknowledged me. Let's freaking go!
Didn't see the show. Really, what's the point of watching
Wow.
WWE product? Low lie, only watch your reviews.
Thank you.
Keep it up, baby.
Hey, listen, Ghost, thank you, man. That's crazy. I mean, I got to be doing something right. If you're not even watching the WWE, but you're watching my reviews, and then you're donating $60 on top of that, bro, that is amazing. Thank you so much, man, for acknowledging me. The Ghost from the Coast has acknowledged me. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Ghost, we'll get you on the board here. We'll get you on the board here. Ghost from the Coast taking over DWELSH's spot. Top dog of the night. Ghost from the Coast with the $60. Acknowledge me, dono. We got a few new donations in the works. I don't know what that means. Insight Seth in the chat about Marfin. I don't know what the fuck that is, but probably it sounds like something about somebody's bunghole. I don't know, bro. Kolo Kulun. What's going on, man? How you doing? I haven't watched WWE since Wrestlemania, says Unsettled Master. A lot of people haven't, man. The numbers have been down for everybody. Wrestling-wise, news report-wise, everywhere across the board. Wrestling news, views, ratings are all down everywhere. It's a very big concern. No doubt about it, it's a concern. It's something that's even some of the bigger wrestling YouTubers at this point have acknowledged themselves. As I brought it up, I think, a week or two ago, and then I noticed some of them saying it on Twitter, and I'm like, see, it's happening. And what that is it's dying out because there's only a core of people, you know, somewhere around 2 million people that are really paying attention to wrestling right now, and that is leaving a scarcity of excitement and people that want to really tune into people review it and talk about it. I mean, it's a different time right now, and it's not a good one as far as for what we do here on YouTube. I mean, granted, I've been doing this since 2012 here on my channel, and when I started going live, there was only 2 other people that went live. So, sure, back then I had this whole thing was my world. You know, I really was able to dominate this YouTube live situation for about 5 years until everybody started copying the names and the titles. And I mean, it's crazy, bro. I remember when I used to see other people copying my exact titles, and I was like, what the fuck? And now there's 1 million channels of 1 million people, and now it's like other people are ahead of the game. But everyone's numbers are down. Everyone's numbers are down across the board. Some people even thought it was because of, you know, the algorithm. I saw some people mentioning, is it the algorithm? And it's not the algorithm. It's as simple as people just don't care, you know, right now, because it's bad. it's really what it comes down to. It's fucking bad. And I got to get the card lineup. WWE Backlash 2022. Let me get the lineup pulled up in front of me. It's something Jake used to do, is pull the lineup all the time. And to this day, I still forget, oh, yes, I need to pull the lineup card up because I was so used to Jake doing it for like 6 years. So I've got the lineup pulled up in front of me. Man, thank you so much to the Ghost from the Coast for dropping $60, man, and acknowledging me. You are, without a doubt, a friggin' beast, Ghost from the Coast. And you are going to get put up on the screen here for that. The JCS Digital Championship looks like it could be the Ghosts tonight. But Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, again, I thought it was solid. I gave it, I think, a 7.5 or a 7.10. AJ Styles and Damian Priest, you know, I thought that was, again, just blah, an okay little match. Really, the whole thing was Rhea Ripley coming out, which was fun. So that made it more fun than WrestleMania because Rhea Ripley joined finally, which we all predicted and talked about, and it happened. Everybody and their mother felt like they knew that was going to happen, and it did. And, you know, so that made the whole thing better and gave it a 7 out of 10. If Rhea Ripley hadn't have joined, I would have given it a 6 out of 10 because I don't care. I was the most entertained by Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. Because I don't know why I was the most entertained by that. I saw some people hating on it, but I particularly happen to like it somewhat, and I gave it a 7.5, 7.5 out of 10 for Ronda and Charlotte. I thought that was fun going around the building. It was weird how Pat McAfee kept calling out the fans in the audience. I feel like Vince McMahon is going to sock him in the face in the back later. Like, will you stop drawing attention to all the fans? You know, this guy in a New York Yankees hat. This guy looks like that. This other guy looks like this thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, is that the Fiend in the front row? You know, it was just like, wow, dude. Like, what are you bringing up the crowd for like this? And now you brought up the Fiend. I mean, that's a bad look there. So that was weird, but I love Pat McAfee, and despite him, I think, going overboard, I actually wondered if he had a couple of drinks, because I've gotten carried away on commentary before myself. Like I said, I'm no exception. I've done it too. But it was very overboard tonight on Pat McAfee's behalf, and I wondered if maybe, you know, I was like, man, I wonder if Vince is going to be like, dude, what are you doing? You know, like dial it back a little bit. But I still enjoyed Pat. Pat could be hammered, freaking out, and it would still obviously be more exciting than what the WWE normally does anyway. So, you know, hey, it is what it is, and it was. I don't think it was Pat McAfee's best night. But it was still better than anybody else on commentary in the company. You know, and it was fun. I don't know why I liked Ronda and Charlotte. I see many people said it sucked. I mean, maybe I'm delusional, guys. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know why I liked it. It wasn't good as far, like, it was sloppy. It wasn't a good wrestling match, but as a chaotic fight brawl, I kind of enjoyed it because it was so weird. So I understand it wasn't very good, sloppy, bizarre. But there was a couple of good sells and some of the better, most interesting things I thought of the night. Maybe maybe Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins was better, but I just found it more entertaining for whatever reason. I understand. I think a lot of people disagree with me, and maybe I'm wrong, and I go back and watch it, I'll be more angry. But I don't know, man. I sat here kind of entertained in a way by it. I mean, it wasn't great or anything. Like, I'll never go... I really don't think I'll ever go back and watch it. But as far as tonight goes, it was better than their other matches, I felt. You know, RK Bro and Roman and everybody, you know, I was bored. I didn't care. But the fans loved it, and so I gave it a 7 out of 10 because it was somewhat all right, and the fans liked it. So, you know, I gave that a 7. I gave a lot of 7s. I gave damn near everything a 7. Almost and Bobby Lashley, almost. I gave that a 4 out of 10. Better than WrestleMania, but still just stupid. Happy Corbin and Mad Cat, whatever the fuck, I didn't care. 5 out of 10, fruit roll-up garbage. So, you know, that's why tonight I really think that this was a 6 out of 10 show. And maybe a 6.5 out of 10 show overall. But I'll get into some more of these specifics as we go on. And taking a look at the poll up here, at what you guys have said, 475 of you guys have voted. The poll continues to move around, but really it's moved around, but it's back to where it was 100 votes ago, which is that most of you, half of you, thought it was good. And it looks like about 1/4 of you thought it was blah. And then a small but big chunk of you thought it was terrible. So this is about right to me. You know, if best show ever is a 10 or a 9, a good is an 8, 7, or 6, and a blah is maybe a 6, 5, 4, and a terrible is a 3, 2, 1, 0. I mean, you know, I think we're on pace here for about a 6 out of 10. You know, arguably a 5, 6, or 7, but I'll say 6. So I really think that we're all on the same wavelength overall. Certainly there's a couple of you guys that really like this, and there's a few of you guys that absolutely hated it and really kind of didn't like it much. So for that reason, I think we're on to something. I think it was about a 6. You know, arguably a 5-5 or a 6, or maybe a 6-5. You know, I seems to be that's the pace we're on. This show had no business being good at all or any good at all. This should have just been a bore and a shit fest. And the fact that we got a couple of things that were nice enough, to me, was all right. It was better than Raw, right? Raw is usually a 2, 3, or 4 out of 10 garbage. And this was better than Raw, so it had to be a 5 at least, I would think. So, you know, for that reason, slightly entertained. But now tomorrow night, Monday night, will tomorrow night be interesting? Now that we have a bit of a reset on some things. But then Seth Rollins and Cody will be back to their same old thing. But, So maybe Raw will be slightly better tomorrow now because we can reset on many of these things, hopefully. They really need to reset on like 90% of this. Needs to be new shit tomorrow night. They need to do that. They probably won't, but they need to do that.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Here's a donation.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Go ahead.
How big is Batista's thingy?
I heard it was only 5 inches, but it was really thick. Aaron C. Aaron C., thank you for the $10 super chat party. What's going on? I really don't know. I mean, we'd have to ask the boys YMCA, wouldn't we? But I'm sure they know. If we can get any of those parents to talk. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, what are you suggesting, that Batista's a pedo? Yes. Aaron C., thank you very much. I appreciate that, bro. It's fucked up. But hey, would you expect anything less from me than that?
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show, to fund what I do,
yes,
to fund what I believe in,
yes,
to fund my godly ass.
It's
JCS
the Pitbull
Army.
Bloatin'.
Donate to me.
Yes! The Pitbull Bloatin' has arrived!
Acknowledge me.
Donate to me.
Why do people want to leech off your popularity in this community? You created this. Why can't these Scotty create their own community? Oh, that's right. They can't.
Because I am God, as you said, and that's why, Pitbull Bloatin', you have acknowledged me, brother. That's why they all do what Joe does. If you can't beat him, copy him, brother. Thank you so much for the $30 and acknowledging me with that $30 dono. Pitbull Bloatin'. Thank you, sir. My God, he's stepping up to the plate. Get those likes up, Ghost from the Coast. There is no better time than now to click that button at the top of the chat. Click that donation button. There is no better time to click that donation button tonight and to acknowledge me with your money or your neighbor's money or friend's money when they ain't looking. Suddenly the hand sticks into the wallet and pulls out a number card, and all of a sudden dough ends up to Joe. I don't know, man. But so if you do the numbers, we're at about a 6.5 to me. Or so. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I wanted to do a prediction show, but, because this was such a repeat and so stupid, I just said, you know what, bro? I'm just going to spend time with the family on Mother's Day. I saw my beautiful mother today. I saw my beautiful wife today. I saw my beautiful kids today. We went and got some flowers and things for the moms. Shout out to all the moms who keep us sane out there and gave birth to us. We love you. Happy Mother's Day. Bro, I loved it when Charlotte was like, when Ronda Rousey was like, oh no, it was Charlotte. Charlotte was like, Happy Mother's Day. Dude, I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. I fell for it. I loved it. I really enjoyed that. Happy Mother's Day, bitch, or something like that, she said. And then right after that, Ronda came back and then broke her arm or whatever. By the way, Kayla Braxton with one of the worst fucking injury update deliveries ever. We have gotten word of the injury, and it is a torn whatever the fuck. And she was, like, happy to tell everyone. Like, it was weird, bro. It was like, dude, you're delivering an injury report. Why are you delivering this news like an actress who's excited to be on screen for a second? It was so weird, dude. The way she delivered the news. I think there's a clip of it on Twitter. Let me pull up the clip of it. I obviously can't show the video, but I may be able to play the sound clip. Oh my God. Adam Cole and Britt Baker were really on Bar Rescue tonight. What the fuck, dude? We got to watch that, dude. I'm pumped. That's crazy. That's one of my favorite shows ever. Bar Rescue, and they're on it. That's so weird. Dude, I'm down. I got to see that. Did I click like on this? Because I got to find it. It's a... Somebody, I thought, uploaded it, and I thought I liked it at one point, but maybe I didn't. It was, you know what it is? What's his name? Pat McAfee. It's on Pat McAfee's Twitter, actually. Let me go to Pat McAfee's Twitter. Oh, my God. Twinny? Dude, what the fuck's wrong with me? You know what it is? I'm doing 3 things at once, so I lose track of everything. Here it is.
The forearm is made up of 2 bones. The radius, the ulna.
Oh, they missed it. They cut off the Kayla part, but Kayla's like, it is a torn radius. It was just so weird, man. It was like, no, dude, you deliver it like this. Well, guys, we have an update right now, very serious, obviously, on Charlotte. You saw what happened to her in the ring, and the X-ray confirms here in the arena that it is a torn radius, and so she's obviously in a lot of pain right now. Back to you guys. That's all. But it was like the way she delivered it was so weird. We'd have to play it, and I already closed out Peacock, and I don't want to play it at this point. But I really want to, because I want to kind of break it down. Maybe WWE YouTube uploaded it. You know, I don't know. Braxton reports injury. Is it? I don't know if this is. I don't know, man. If that's up, but I wish I could get it, because I would love to. Play it for you. Yeah, it's nobody has it yet. I wish it was up there. But I could basically, you know how I was breaking down what happened last week with Thunder Rosa and whatever her name is, Serena Deeb. I could probably do about 10 minutes on this. But again, like I said, I don't have the clip up, or otherwise I would do it. But we'll see.
It's a super chat.
Super chat coming in from who is it? Who's it going to be? It's Aaron C. What's up?
I heard that Bray is done with wrestling. Thoughts?
Oh, man, that's so crazy if he is. That's so weird to fathom if Bray Wyatt is done wrestling. I mean, how much money does Bray Wyatt have? You know what I mean? What is he trying to do? Go into film? Is that what... I don't know, bro. He's got... Well, how much money does Bray Wyatt have? Maybe he has $1 million in the bank? Maybe? Maybe Bray Wyatt has $1 million in the bank right now. So to be done with wrestling, I mean, that's a lot of money. Obviously, if I had $1 million in the bank, I'd be set for life, I would think. But, yeah, man, that's so crazy to if that's a realization that's true. And why he wouldn't go to AEW is I mean, it's got to be a big reason why he's not wrestling. Maybe his body hurts him, and he's like, well, I'm only going to get worse. Maybe he just wants to settle down. I mean, I'd have to hear where you heard it from. I mean, I don't think we can really believe anything at this point with him. But I can see him taking a break for an extended period. I mean, he already has done that, and we're seeing that now. So... Just tweet it out real quick. And I tweeted it out. Maybe Charlotte's titty popped again. He was making $4 million a year, says Terry and Gordon. So yeah, he's got to have a lot of money then, I guess, right? I mean, so how much do you think he has? I mean, either way, right? So Bray Wyatt has somewhere between $3, $5, $6, $7, $8 million, if that's the case. I mean, you might tap out too. You'd be like, you know what? Pandemic, crazy shit, multiple families, kids. Fuck this. I'm going to go, be in little indie movies, do little side projects here or there creatively, and just sit on my millions of dollars and see you later. I could see that. Winter is coming, Joe. Yeah, maybe he'll show up at Winter is Coming in 7 months or whatever. Yes, IRS is his dad. That's true. So, it's different. Let me check Patreon, because a couple people have been sending me Patreon messages. Trevor, what's up? T-Rev says, on YouTube, Joe, I don't know how to change my name on here. Yeah, no problem, man. T-Rev, thank you so much for being a patron, dude. Thank you very much. And we have a new $25 producer. We were shouting him out all week on Patreon. So thank you to everybody who has upped their Patreon pledge to $25 on Patreon. And again, I talked to Jake the other day, and Jake is really anticipating and hoping to be here soon to do something with me for you guys. Trevor, thanks for becoming a $25 producer. And thanks to Don Edward, who became a $10 VIP on Patreon. And if you're on Patreon, you're getting all these live alerts. So look for those. If you have any wrestling news stories or comments or things you want to talk about, feel free to tweet them at JCS Commentary on Twitter. There's quite a few things going on right now that I'm pulling up and we're going to be talking about. And we're going to potentially go to the Discord at some point as well. So Rhea Ripley joins Edge, which is definitely needed. It was for her. That's good. The Bloodline stands tall at Backlash. So they keep them very strong. And as predicted, with Pat McAfee mentioning the fan in the front row dressed as the Fiend, of course, it's made news, which is why, again, I said, man, Vince won't be happy with that comment. He's probably said something to him about it. I almost guarantee it. The Fiend trends after Pat McAfee references him. So, or maybe Vince will like it. Maybe Vince will be like, you got people talking, that's all that matters, you know. I don't know, but I feel like this is something Vince normally wouldn't like. But I guess if Vince loves you, he might love it. But if he didn't, maybe not. Sith Negan has DM'd me. Oh, thank you, Sith. Let's see what he says. Oh, thanks, Sith. I did not have Discord open because it sucks so much bandwidth up, so I didn't even have it open. Sith is, and by the way, Sith, thank you. Last night, Sith dropping a $300 bomb on Beat the Clock. If you guys missed last night's Beat the Clock, we went 6.5 hours last night into the night on Beat the Clock. And I had a fucking blast last night. WWE did post it. Oh my God, man. Sith Negan has found it, and he has sent it to me, and I can't believe WWE actually did post it. All right, let's talk about it before the ad plays on Twitter. Fucking ads on Twitter.
Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair's brutal I Quit match. I have been speaking with WWE Medical and can report that the x-rays performed here at the arena confirm that Charlotte Flair has suffered a fracture of the radius. Now be sure to...
No one delivers, like, with such happiness. See how happy she was to deliver that news? Like, has indeed suffered a fractured radius. Why would you deliver an injury report like that? I mean, I get it that Charlotte's the bad guy, so it's like you want the people to go, yeah, which is weird. So, like, what was the point you wanted the fans to cheer for an injury? I mean, just weird. Charlotte Flair has had an injury of the radius. It's weird. You'd be like, the update is that Charlotte Flair does have an injured radius. She's obviously in an immense amount of pain right now. Back to you guys at ringside. You know, you deliver it with urgency or with, like, anxiety almost because you're delivering a serious, like, injury report. But Kayla Braxton delivers it with pleasure and, like, anticipated pleasure. Just bizarre.
Flair has suffered a fracture of the radius. Now be sure...
What the fuck? Why did you deliver it like that? Like you were happy about it. I know she's the bad guy, but that's weird. Why are you even giving this news out then? Why are you delivering this like, what the fuck is this?
Flair has suffered a fracture of the radius. Now be sure to stay tuned to WWE.com. We will be following the story throughout the remainder of the evening. But for now, back to you guys.
It's just weird. It's very fucking strange. You know what I mean? We can confirm, guys, I've gotten word that we can confirm that tonight Charlotte Flair has suffered an injury. She does have a fractured radius. Obviously an immense amount of pain right now. We're going to be following the story on WWE.com as we get more feedback from what's going on. Back to you guys. You know, like with some urgency, like it's really going on instead of like it's all an act and it's fun to deliver the news. An injured radius. We will be following the story on WWE.com. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Just weird. It's a little thing. I know it's a nitpick and it's weird, and maybe people do deliver news like that sometimes, but this is fucking bizarre. This is a fucking weird way to deliver injury news like you're happy. Weird as fuck. I just tweeted them. This is the weirdest fucking shit. So I'm going to tweet WWE, and I just retweeted that out because it's just fucking bizarre. Fucking dumb. Like these people can't act. They can't even act like a news reporter who's urgent. They have to act like a zombie who's smiling. It's just fucking bizarre. Radius is her titty popped out. I don't know what the fuck. Let's go to the donations. They're starting to pile up. If you guys want to donate, there's a brand new $30 donation to acknowledge me.
Donation. Time to get up. Donation. Everybody in the chat, get freaking hyped.
Kayla Braxton is hot. I will say that, though. She is cute.
It's Pico. What if turkeys ate Tobias' mom? Remember band 36 Crazy Fists? Main event had 46 super kicks. What's next month's PPV? How about Benoit 15th anniversary super show? Congrats on sex last night.
Thank you, sir. It was a fun night indeed at my house, in my bed. Mr. Pico, thank you. I don't know. What's the pay-per-view next? Let's find out. Let's find out what's next.
Someone
As the devil
dropped a donation.
Oh, shit.
Let's go! The money is coming down! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Do you think Vince was yelling in Pat McAfee's ear when he said, "Is that the Fiend"?
I bet he wasn't happy if he heard it. He might not have heard it live, though. I wonder if he didn't catch it. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the $10. This is exactly what I've been saying, man. That I swear that Vince was probably mad at Pat McAfee several times tonight. We got May 15th, Sunday Stunner in Virginia. What is that? Sunday Stunner? And then the next pay-per-view, though, is Hell in a Cell on June 5th. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong, for the $10, man. I think Vince probably did say something tonight to Pat McAfee.
Super chat.
This is I believe this is your next pay-per-view. Hell in a Cell, June 5th in Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Pico Boulevard.
Did Danny return from Whataburger or was he killed?
You know, I don't know. I haven't heard from Garguts, and I don't know about Danny. So we are all still sitting here praying that Danny MT didn't kill somebody out there with Garguts the other night. He very well could have, Mr. Pico. I'm a bit concerned myself. What is this? The Titan meet Adam Shear, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, look at that. So Adam Shear, AEW, look at that. So he talked shit, and then now they're doing something, AEW,
Shit,
Mark. Thank you. Damn.
Did you hear Cody's commercial for Money in the Bank when he said that the winner goes to Wrestlemania?
Yeah, I don't understand what that was. I missed that. Gerald, I actually missed that. I just thought it was Money in the Bank. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm trying to figure out, like, so the Money in the Bank will now just get you in the main event at WrestleMania instead of being able to cash in anytime? I don't understand. Or will there be another a Money in the Bank that just gets you to WrestleMania that's separate? I don't know. I'm not sure what this means exactly. I'm confused. I actually didn't even hear that in the promo. So this is the first time I'm really understanding this. Do we have the promo? Let's see if we have it. Let's pull the promo up. Let me go to WWE and let's listen to the promo because I had no idea that they said that. Let me see. Money in the Bank. In the Bank. I don't know, man. This is I'm trying to find the Money in the Bank commercial, but I don't see it. Money in the Bank. I would think they'd put a promo up already. Why can I never find these things? Let's see. Money in the Bank promo today. Money in the Bank. Let's see. Shit, man. I don't see the promo anywhere yet. I thought there would be, but I don't see it. Oh man, I don't see it. It's got to be somewhere. Is it on like the WWE website or? I thought maybe it would be on the WWE Twitter feed. I don't see it on the Twitter feed. Why don't I see WWE's Twitter? Did they block me? Am I blocked by WWE? That'd be weird. I'm not. Okay. I'm not blocked. All right. I'm scrolling down. Looking for the Money in the Bank. I would assume that they would post it. You know, that they'd be like, oh, we got to post that. Oh, yeah, because there's Kayla Braxton's dumb fucking injury promo thing. And I'm still scrolling down. Listen to this. That suplex at the beginning, I thought fucking Ronda's head was broken. I was like, damn, man, she just suplexed the shit out of Ronda on her head. All right, where's this? Yeah, I don't see it, man. And you know what? WWE on Twitter, they're not even posting any videos. Everything they post is a GIF. But I would have thought that they would have had the promo for Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. Maybe if I hashtag it, I'll find it. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, it's just a freeze frame. So it's Saturday, July 2nd, Money in the Bank. I see all the screenshots, but I'm still looking for a video on it, and I... Okay, so this is different. Yeah, he said to main event WrestleMania. So wait a minute. So Money in the Bank is going to be different this year. And the person that wins Money in the Bank will get to main event WrestleMania. And Cody's delivering the promo. So that makes me think Cody's going to win it. And that means all year long you're going to know that Cody is main eventing WrestleMania, whoever the champion is, which will be probably Roman. So you're going to have this buildup of a year. So Cody can still go through all these stories. But then again, I feel like it'd be better for Cody to not win the Money in the Bank and be in a feud with the person who cost him the match, which could be, who knows. And then I would think you'd want Cody to win the Royal Rumble. But I don't know. Either way, I guess. But this is a huge change to the Money in the Bank. So... apparently this is a massive, obviously this is a massive change to the Money in the Bank ladder match. If the person that wins the Money in the Bank, you don't get the money, you can't just cash in any time. You have to cash in only at WrestleMania. So you just get a WrestleMania main event match because you win the Money in the Bank. But, you know, that's cool in a way, but that's what the Royal Rumble is. Why would you do that with Money in the Bank? And now Money in the Bank isn't exciting because you don't know when it could happen. And it's not a spoiler or a botch because it's a pre-taped thing. I mean, they wouldn't let that go through. He wouldn't say that unless because he was probably like, what does it mean? Like, you get a main event shot? Why, you know, wow, this is different. I mean, listen.
Female superstar will win the chance to main event WrestleMania.
To main event WrestleMania. So there's a change. There's a huge change happening with the Money in the Bank. I don't know if I like that. Because that's what the Royal Rumble is. So, you know, I don't know, man. That's crazy. I don't know if I like that. That's not good. I like the Money in the Bank the way it is, where you don't know when the guy's going to cash in. Unless there's going to be multiple briefcases. One's a shot at, you know, in the main event at WrestleMania, and the other one is still the regular Money in the Bank. But then what the hell's the point? And is that the same thing for the women's Money in the Bank? And if that's the case, man, that makes a build for WrestleMania interesting in a way, but it also doesn't because, okay, so the main events of WrestleMania are just determined. I don't know. I don't think I really like that. I would like it if it is something different, so maybe, but I really don't think I'm going to like that. I like the idea of the Money in the Bank champion can cash in anytime. You never know when it's going to be. And I don't think people are going to like that overall. I really think people are going to have a problem with this. And just to look at the poll tonight to see how you guys thought about Backlash, the poll hasn't changed too much. It's still about 44% good, 42% now, 29% blah, and 16% terrible and best show ever. I think you can throw out terrible and throw out best show ever, and somewhere between good and blah lies the truth of tonight's Backlash pay-per-view. I told you I think it's about a 6 out of 10, and I told you why, and if you don't know, you can always go back and listen to what I said to see my reasoning. Also want to thank you guys for the donations tonight. There's a brand new $30 donation. Acknowledge me. $30 donation. Donate to me. $30 donation. And tonight, Ghost from the Coast dropped a $60 JCS Digital Championship dingleberry. So shout out to the Ghost from the Coast for doing that. He's a beast. And now I would like to turn my attention to Discord to see who's there. And certainly there is someone there. It's Rastafa. He is in there probably with maybe a lot of things to say about tonight's Backlash. What's up, baby? If you're there. He might be muted. He might have gone away to do something while he's listening. So he may be listening to this while he's in a different room and he's like, oh shit, Joe's talking to me now. And then running back into the room. So I'll give him some time to get back. Nate from VA, one of the OGs of this community in chat, one of the bosses. He is almost like the Undertaker of the chat in a way. It could be a way that whoever wins the Rumble picks the championship and Money in the Bank picks the other. Yeah, it's true, Nate from VA. I mean, that could be it. But I just don't like the idea of this briefcase means WrestleMania main event. That's it. Like, what? And I guess in a way it makes sense because that would be the ultimate thing you would obviously pick, but now it does take the choice out of it. And, I'm sure there's going to end up being a reason for it, but it's just kind of like, damn, I don't know about that. Why can't we just have a Royal Rumble winner? Maybe, but the only thing I can think is maybe The Rock is showing up at the Rumble. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Because here's the thing. Why wouldn't you just have somebody, Cody, win the Rumble and somebody else win the other whatever and then go to WrestleMania? That's it. But with a briefcase, you can have somebody win the briefcase like Cody, knowing he's going to get that all year long. That's what he's building to. And then somebody else is so planned to win the Rumble that you couldn't change it. So it's almost like we really need Cody to win the Rumble, but we can't do that because we know who's winning the Rumble, and it's got to be that guy. Whether that's Braun Breaker, The Rock, or whatever, there's somebody that they have planned 100%, like they've got to win the Rumble. And because of that, they're like, well, how are we going to handle Cody then? He's never going to have that thing that gets him to win the moment to get to WrestleMania. Well, we'll have Money in the Bank, and the briefcase will be to go to the main event WrestleMania. So maybe that's it. That feels like what it is to me. Whether that's whoever it is, I don't know. But why else would you take those steps? That's the answer to me as to why you would take those steps and change the meaning of the Money in the Bank. I don't know why they don't just come up with a new briefcase. There'll be a Money in the Bank briefcase for both. So there'll be a Money in the Bank for the men and the women, and then there'll be a Straight to Mania or a WrestleMania main event briefcase match as well. Like, hey, man. And now the Money in the Bank is still kind of the most important one in a way because you can cash in when somebody's injured or hurt or whatever and then just beat them. But the WrestleMania one, theoretically, whoever your opponent is will have seen you coming for a year. And they'll be prepared and they'll be ready in the match and everything like that. So theoretically, the Money in the Bank would still be the more devastating and the better thing to have because you could do it anytime, any place. They don't know when. So I would have 4 Money in the Banks. You'd have 2 Money in the Banks and 2 straight to WrestleManias. But so again, they've got to be doing this because they know who's winning the Rumble, and it ain't Cody or it ain't the guy that they want, and they need somebody to win this, so they have that already. And the only one that makes sense with that long story is Cody. So I don't know. Anyway, Rastafa, what's up, man?
What's going on, Joe? How we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I've been babbling on this for about an hour, so I'm thinking you must have a bunch of takes from tonight's back ass.
You want to know what's even weird about just the name Backlash is the fact that we have to call it Wrestlemania Backlash. Like, we don't know the context of what Backlash is.
It's just another way to get that tagline to add to, to make give some weight. That's all. I mean, it's just it's a good idea marketing plan, I guess. It'd be like if I called it monetize this light, and then did Tuesday, it's just another name. It's a funny thing, but I get it. It's classic Vince
Unless
stuff.
if you're getting backed by Miller Lite or Coors Light or Bud Light, I mean, any type of light, I get it. But yeah, I mean, like to say like, oh, this is all the rematches from WrestleMania. I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point of Backlash.
Right. But Vince thinks everybody's an idiot, so you can't just have Backlash. What will happen at Backlash after WrestleMania? There'll be a Backlash. No, call it WrestleMania Backlash. It's really just to say WrestleMania again. That's really all it is for Vince, I think.
Yeah, and again, it's like to say like, I don't know, man, because I mean, even back in the day, like my favorite pay-per-view that I ever watched growing up was Backlash 2000. And the reason why I say that is because it had every type of thing you want. It was basically a plethora of a buffet of what you wanted. It had comedy, it had drama, it had, the hard-hitting matches, it had the dumb matches, but then it also had the great main event with the great outcome.
Right. I don't remember any Backlash from 99 or to 2008 or whatever. I don't remember which year was what. I remember them, but I don't remember what year was what.
You just got to remember the main events and stuff like that. I mean, the most obscure match that ever happened at a Backlash, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, it's the McMahon, Shane, and Vince going against Shawn Michaels and God.
Yeah. Oh, that was great because that was right before. That was actually that was
reunited.
Right before DX reunited, the pay-per-view after WrestleMania, and that was a great lead-up because everyone was anticipating the DX stuff because the two of them doing the DX chops, and they both were kind of adversaries to Vince and everything. So that was a great time. I really enjoyed that build-up. That was when I had come back to WWE full-time, when I had started watching in full-time. It all started at that right before WrestleMania, really. And Triple H and John Cena had the crowd in their hands in that main event. But yeah, what do you think? Providence, Rhode Island, sold-out tiny building.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like it's a sold-out tiny building. I mean, I don't even think they're even going to sell out Money in the Bank, let alone SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't think SummerSlam, but maybe. Well, how big's the Money in the Bank stadium? Do you know? Is it like 50,000?
No, it's bigger than that.
Oh yeah, wow. Okay, so
I think it's like maybe 60,000, maybe 70,000.
I don't think they'll do more than 40.
I mean, think of it this way. I understand that. I mean, even during the pandemic, WWE still made a lot of money.
Yes. They're making a ton of money.
Well, the thing is, the major reason why is because they were on major networks.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. And again, even after all the firings, I mean, again, you still could have kept people and it still would have been profitable. But, I mean, be as it may, I mean, again, also mind you that they were really feeding into Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' contracts, with all that money that they were, putting into. And also, with all due respect, they're the most searched athletes within the company. So, looking at this from a business perspective, I mean, again, I definitely see them being successful at, at least doing their attempt. I mean, the fact that they even sold as much as they did at WrestleMania, I mean, deserves to be applauded because, again, I think after Austin was announced, that's when there was a jump in ticket sales. I don't know how much, but there was definitely a jump. But as far as Backlash tonight goes, yeah, I mean, again, we started out hot, thank God. I think it's because whenever you have one of these other pay-per-views that happen other than the big four, the big five, however you want to put it, you got to start off strong. And I think the Cody Seth Rollins match was definitely the best choice to start off with.
Yeah, it was a good call. I thought it was slightly better than their WrestleMania match. But, I mean, it wasn't Again, I've been over every match, and I don't think anything was crazy good tonight. It was just I had a good time because it wasn't Raw, and I'm curious to get your take on Charlotte and Ronda because I liked it. I was having a good time because it was so sloppy and weird, and yeah, they fucked up at times, but they also had some good selling moments and the screaming, and they're really trying to, sell what they were doing. I thought it was pretty good, man. I was fairly entertained by them. In fact, it was one of my favorite things of the night because it was so different. What did you? And some people hated it though. They thought it was just trash. I mean, what did you think about it?
Thought it was better than the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and I think that's for sure. Is that it was better than their Mania match.
And it's not even just because of the finish, because I felt that the WrestleMania build-up lacked a lot. And they had maybe 2 months to build that up. Maybe 3 because, because Ronda won the Rumble.
Yeah, right. It felt forced. I remember kind of bailing on it like, okay, I don't care about their match. But tonight, this match made me care about their story for the first time. But I should have cared before this, but I only cared tonight for the first time, so that's why.
I think it's just because of the way that it ended at Mania with the screwjob finish. Now they're in an I Quit match where there's no rules.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to lie. I mean, I like the idea of 2 women just beating the crap out of each other, just like the 2 men would beat the crap out of each other under these circumstances. And the fact that Charlotte being the heel is trying to rub it up in, Ronda's face going come on, mom, it's Mother's Day.
That was great at the end. I like that part. Happy
heat.
Mother's Day. That was funny.
Great heat. And the funny thing is, again, it all wrote it on itself. You didn't have to script it.
Yeah, and I wish
it felt real.
I wish I bought tickets and went. It was only 30 minutes away. I should have gone because I would have loved to be in the crowd to sniff Ronda as she went by. I feel like I suckered myself,
Well, Charlotte got suckered with that finish. I thought it was actually a pretty damn good finish.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm actually gonna bring this up for debate, Joe. Obviously, this doesn't compare because they're 2 different generations and 2 different genders. But as I'm watching this match, I'm kind of looking at this going, this kind of reminds me of Ric Flair and Terry Funk's I Quit match.
Ric Flair and Terry Funk. Huh?
In the sense that it was just basically throw everything, including the kitchen sink, and basically trying to, again, make the other person say, I quit. I mean, again, obviously nobody can top Foley and Rock because they just took liberties on each other that probably shouldn't have gone as far as it did.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It was better than Roddy Piper and Bret Hart at Mania 11. That was terrible.
Oh, God. That was, I thought that was, yeah. Well, remember, that was more submission-based. This was more overall submission and also beating the crap out of each other.
Right, but I'll tell you, man, that was Bret Hart always had good matches. He almost never ever had a bad match, but WrestleMania 11, Bret Hart and Roddy Piper, or rather Bob Backlund, I'm sorry, Roddy Piper was the referee.
Yeah. No, I know what you meant, but yeah, even Piper had a bad match with Jerry the King Lawler, and you're thinking these guys know how to work, but then you put them together, same thing with Rock and Undertaker. Just because they're great workers, maybe sometimes 2 great workers doesn't have the chemistry that somebody else has.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is, I felt that, they entertained me tonight. I enjoyed it. I felt it felt real. It felt like they really were beating the shit out of each other, and they really
for a championship.
Yes,
that's all it was,
and that's all that matters.
To be the champion.
Exactly. Good job. I think it's a good job. I saw people hating on them, and there is a part of me that was like, go with the crowd. The chat says this sucks. Nobody likes this. But I don't know, man. I liked it. A 7 out of 10.
And the crowd did too.
And the crowd liked it.
If you look at the crowd and heard the crowd, they were into it. They were standing practically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my chat didn't like it, it seemed like. But the crowd there liked it, and I heard it, and it sounded like a buzz, and I enjoyed it on TV. So, man, I don't know, bro. I'm giving it at least a 7 out of 10 thumbs up. I thought it was the best thing of the night besides Cody and Seth, maybe a 7.5. But that's me.
I'm definitely going to say that probably I'm going to probably get ostracized in the chat, but I'm thinking for me personally, other than, the 6-man tag is a 6-man tag. Of course, you're going to get Gaga, but I would probably say that match probably was the best single match of the night for me.
Right. I didn't care for that at all almost, but it did feel like the main event because Roman was there and everybody. And listen, the crowd loved it, so I gave extra points. Whenever the crowd is on fire, even if I'm not loving it, the crowd is exciting me even though I'm not into it that much. And they've got the crowd. I always give extra points, 0.5 or 1 at least, for the crowd being there for it, and they were. So
I was expecting Charlotte or Ronda to pull like a Rock in an I Quit match where he's like, "No, I'm gonna kick your fat ass," or like or something of that nature.
I was expecting Ronda's titties to pop out because god damn, did you see that?
Oh wait, or Ronda's titty popped out tonight?
It almost looked like it did.
Oh, you're just imagining shit, you weirdo.
Yeah,
like, fuck. It almost did.
You wanted to smell it earlier. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. Well, no. Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. You got me.
Hey Joe,
it looks like Charlotte got her fucking boobs reduced again because they don't look the same.
They don't look well. They're different. They've been worked on at different times at different things.
Damn, she's got more scars than fucking Frankenstein.
Want to hear? There was more of a fight going on today at the in Seattle than in WWE.
Oh God!
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Rostov's family was there.
We're East Coast people.
Dumb motherfucker.
I can't wait to play that later. I just like people yelling. I enjoy it. But no.
I mean, you yell, but
exactly because I'm an idiot. Dumb people yell, and I yell, and I know that. So I'm a dumb person. Only a dumb person has to yell. All right, and I'm
at any rate. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. But no, actually, I wanted to bring this up. So Rhea Ripley.
Listen for a long time. I think it's called for it.
That's
to
true.
Get through the thickness in their head,
I'd like to yell at Kayla Braxton because she was an idiot tonight on the microphone. She's hot as fuck, though. Go ahead, Rosado.
No, but you do that to most of the announcers anyway. So I mean, she's just obligated to be the only one.
Yeah, they all suck. I mean, let's be honest.
Didn't she get doxxed too? So.
Oh yeah, dude. People are mean to her. I don't approve of that. That's fucked up. She's a sweetheart. Yeah. I think she's a sweetheart in real life, but I just think she sucks on the camera and as everything. To be honest, I don't think
sweethearts in real life.
Yeah, she might be a sweetheart in real life, but she sucks in this company.
Good.
Wish she'd suck me.
Suck or a bad suck? Oh,
She's probably a good suck. Look at her, dude. She looks like somebody bred with a redhead at one point. But go ahead, Rostavo. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, speaking of nice people in real life, Rhea Ripley finally is revealed as one of Edge's new. I don't want to call them lackeys, but one of his stablemates.
Yeah, one of his new disciples or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean we've pretty much predicted that. We all knew that was coming, so this was good. It's a good time to do it, I think. AJ Styles doesn't care about his career, really just wants to play video games, so it's good to use him to get wins off of and things like that.
I mean, you're expecting him to do backstage politicking?
No, yeah, there's no AJ Styles don't give a shit. They could tell AJ Styles to go out tomorrow and get rolled up by Travis Dingleberry McGee, and he would do it because all he wants to do collect the paycheck and go on Twitch or whatever he does. That's all he cares about. And that's dead serious.
And he'll still be over because, and that's the sad part. He'll still be over, and then we got guys like Mustafa Ali who's coming back, and of course, obviously, purposely, and they're working this into the storyline. Yes, he is being used. Yes, he is on TV, but of course, they're just jabbing at him just because of what he said on Twitter.
Who? Mustafa Ali?
Yeah.
What did he say on Twitter?
Well, remember he said he wanted to leave the company and he wanted to, get a contract.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, the one thing he's got going is that it sort of plays into his character. So I wonder if he gets away with it because he's really saying it, but it goes with his whole anti-establishment WWE character. Because that's always been his character. He brings in the group of people. He says WWE's holding them down. That really is how he feels, but he's really playing that character, I guess.
Yeah, but how much you want to bet, though? How much you want to bet that they're only going to just use him for a little while and they're going to make him eat at catering, and then that's
I think he's done. I think this is the last. I think they're giving this last thing to him because they want to use him for whatever, like you just said. And I think he's done.
Yeah, and not wrestle for
down to catering.
Yep, I would almost bet on it that's if he doesn't get released out of his contract somehow, then yes, he will be a jerk off because I think this is, I heard Road Dogg on his podcast the other day say that no one's ever sat in the back and talked about burying somebody, but I don't know, bro. This guy's you
don't have to talk about it. You just do it.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think there's really not much to talk about. I mean, again, the buck stops with Vince. if Vince feels that, to be getting, he doesn't want to use you or he doesn't have any use for you, which is another reason why I don't understand. Even so that you don't have something for anybody creatively, why the hell are you hiring them?
Well, because he didn't...
Wasting time and luxury.
Well, somebody else hired him, and Vince has him. And so that's what it is. Vince didn't hire Mustafa Ali and say, get me that guy. Somebody else hired him, said he was good at this, that, or the other thing. And then when he came up, they said, this is what he's good at, kind of, but we don't know, And then Vince looked at him, tried some things, has an opinion now of him. And I think Vince views Ali as a foot soldier. I think he sees him as just generic.
A worker.
Yeah, he's a good worker, can talk, has a pretty good look, that sort of thing. Generic guy number 8, where I don't think he has anything necessarily terribly negative to say, but I don't think he blows Vince McMahon's socks off. But I think Vince understands he's a good... But see, the thing is with that, there's a lot of guys like that. So Vince doesn't see him as special whatsoever. Vince is like, yeah, there's a million guys that can do this. But there's also a lot of guys that can't really do it. So we're happy to have you, but that's about it.
Well, remember,
if you're a small guy... even still a belt? By the way, is the cruiserweight a belt? Who's the cruiserweight champion?
I don't even know.
Oh, wait, in NXT?
Right? It's an NXT now? Jesus Christ.
Something like that.
They lost 205.
I don't watch anymore.
Yeah,
honestly, like when I already knew that when the cruiserweights were coming back, I knew like, okay, it'll be a feature program like on one of the website shows or whatever, or YouTube shows, whatever. But then as I sort of kind of like over the years, like, as some of the guys were being let go and I'm thinking, well, there's no cruiserweight division. You just got guys laying around. So I'm thinking, well, okay, if they could develop a character and they could develop a larger than life personality that sticks and gets over, great. But the other thing is that not a lot of guys, even if like they have the greatest idea in the world and they bring it to Vince, and Vince is not in a certain mood that day or doesn't feel what you're trying to get across and communicate it that way, then he's not going to get behind it, let alone he won't be a fan of it, hence why it won't work. And
he almost self-sabotages, you're right.
Yeah, well, I mean, New Day, you can only imagine how much crap they had to go through just to get on TV, but then all of a sudden, Vince says, I believe Kofi said this in an interview where he's like, I want you guys to be preachers.
Yeah, it's almost like Vince comes up with his idea, you got to humor him, and then you got to wiggle your stuff in. After you give him what he wants, kind of wiggle your stuff in. And then he'll trust you more, so then he'll let you, and then he'll like what you did, and then you get to keep it. So it's this little kind of back and forth you got to play. And you know what I mean? And sometimes the back and forth can end up ruining it. Or not.
Fucking Xavier Woods is really mad that he hasn't got a shot yet, and he literally cut a promo on fucking Attack of the Show.
But he's working. Like, he's working, man. It's not.
He wasn't working. He was really pissed. He was like, they were praising him over there, and then he goes, "Come on!" Like they didn't even ask for a title shot. He was just like, "Come on! I've been over there for how long, and I've never gotten a shot or nothing. I've never won the championship." He was like, it's time. But he was just like, I got to calm down because I don't want to say something that some shit's going to happen that I don't.
Well, the other thing also was like,
a lot of these wrestlers are really fucking frustrated that they're not going to the top. They're stuck at this mid-card level.
So my question is,
they're really great.
My question is then, what are you doing about it behind the scenes in terms of when you're in the long car rides? Are you riding with other guys that are veterans? Are you, what are you doing? Because remember, it's like, again, it's easy to blame creative. And by the way, it's at a moment's notice, we will.
I'll be riding with creative. That's what I would be doing.
Right. Well, remember, creative is like dime a dozen these days, where it's like, again, you get a guy that comes in, he could come in for a year, maybe a few months, and then all of a sudden is let go. I mean, probably the best creative guy that I know that stuck around as long as he did was, well, actually two of them. One is Freddie Prinze Jr. and the other one was Brian Gewirtz.
Yeah, and usually they ride with Vince anyway, so they wouldn't be riding with the new guys.
I'd watch. I'd buy a bus and then just haul creative around and just have somebody driving it. I just get to know them all.
Yeah, but remember, a lot of them didn't grow up as wrestling fans. So they don't really know the business.
Did I grew up as a nerd and then became a wrestling fan nerd. And then
he became a metalhead that drinks 40s, which, by the way, we love.
Yeah. I mean, I was a wrestling fan just because of the 2 great years that they gave me. That was about it. It was just I wouldn't have liked it if it wasn't for that happening, though. For sure.
98, 99?
Right.
Yeah, like in 2000 and whatnot. I mean, I did watch the old shit and I love it, but I don't think I would have been able to even be in that position otherwise, because it just looked too silly. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, again, not every
golden
idea
ages were a
WWE
little silly.
Not every WWE idea that was ever put on TV was a great idea, even during the
No.
Attitude Era. I mean, the freaking
No, it
dude.
just looked more real.
Right.
I mean,
Got me
Terry
as
Reynolds.
entertaining.
Terry Reynolds having a miscarriage that was fake. Really?
No,
Joe,
fucking
think about that for a
Mark
second. Like,
Henry and Mae Young having a hand.
Now
Come on.
that was awesome. Come on, man. They tried.
Yeah, the hand was
Yeah,
pretty
that was kinda
epic. Let's be honest.
I mean,
And the
Jesus
hand
Christ,
grew up.
Mae Young could do whatever she needed to do. She was fine. She could do no wrong. Mae Young's fucking awesome.
I
The other
do
bitch,
her.
though, fuck
and
her.
also, she took a power bomb like a champ. I mean, let's give it up for Bubba Ray.
Right.
Yes.
Some of those women really took power bombs well. Like Linda, I was watching Linda with the KANE tombstone. That was pretty good. I mean, you know, he
Oh shit! When was that?
2006 or 5 or something.
Oh, well, no, I don't think I've seen that.
Damn, she took his tombstone and a stunner?
Dude, the tombstone was great. I mean, her head was a little well off the, you know, she wasn't close to really hitting the ground. It didn't look the greatest.
I
but
remember.
it was the way that he sold it after he went down with her, where he like picked, like she went up and came down, and like it was just, well, it was the best, safest tombstone you could do. Like, it was not one of the worst ones. It was pretty good. It was like a 7 out of 10 tombstone, and it was on the Vince's wife, who can't wrestle. You know, it's so.
I just watched that actually.
Yeah, I tweeted it out earlier.
I can just imagine how
watched
good that must have looked, though, because just the size difference alone, and then selling it, you know.
They also cut
Well,
to a
remember-
good angle. They cut to a sort of a side angle,
Because if you look at her head is like way above like Kane's knees.
which means it was in his balls.
Well, remember,
Vince-
Becca Hayes almost peed on Linda McMahon, so she's kind of around that stuff
Yeah.
anyway. But
She's
I
used
love
to
Linda.
it. Linda's so
That was
great.
Vince McMahon used
That
to
wasn't
fucking
work,
watch. You know, he used to watch girls shake their ass in a ring. So she's like, "Take this, bitch."
Right.
He kissed him, and he's married.
Oh yeah, I mean, she knows that he cheated on her and everything. She was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's like
Fucking-
Gene
she did that
Roddenberry."
She did that Stand By Your Man before. It was way back then.
Oh yeah,
Where they
she's
came out, yeah.
definitely, bro. She's like she's the type of woman that goes, "That's Vince," you know. He has an appetite, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
whoa.
The same guy. This is the same McMahon character, and again, we're only talking about the character here that wanted a divorce from his wife on live TV.
right? You probably really wanted one. No, I think
This is
no.
the same one. This is the
Who
same
wouldn't?
character too. They
Oh,
wanted to have a angle with Stephanie McMahon where he sleeps with her or something.
Right. I think he really did. I think he really does love his wife, but he will cheat on her. Like, I think that's all.
Yeah,
Like,
Vince-
listen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That there's got to be something about her that he knows he can't get with anybody else.
Yeah,
Like, so even though he's the one we all think about as like, oh, it's Vince McMahon, you know, whatever. Maybe she's got her own kind of thing where it's like, only Linda can do that. Like,
well, that's what I'm
amazing.
saying. Like, you get tax exempt by the government.
Yeah, only Linda can lick my ass that way.
I'm just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he probably hates her guts, but whatever.
No, I don't think he does.
No.
That's good shit, and I just keep licking it.
She probably pegs him.
Gotta do something to keep him.
Yeah, do you think he uses her money now or nah? I wonder how much he's worth or she's worth and he's worth.
Oh, no,
they can't be worth the same.
They share it. I mean,
She's definitely worth 8 figures, especially after working in the government. Yeah, she's worth 8 figures.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. $500 million.
God
Oh,
damn,
nine
man.
figures.
Yeah, because they all have their own shares too. So that's the thing.
So I'm assuming Vince is worth over $1 billion.
Just get divorced. She gives you $500 million, you give her $500 million, and then you focus on Stone Cold.
What the fuck?
Because I don't like this, Vince. Why is your marriage affecting our marriage? Or whatever the fuck he said.
God dang, kid. I was supposed to get a share. I've been out of the ring for so long. I get back for your mania. I deserve an extra $1 billion.
How much do you think that? How much do you think?
Got a lot of
You think Stone Cold made like $1.5 million for his WrestleMania appearance?
No, more than that, including t-shirt
Oh my
sales.
God,
Not
it better be more than that.
Wow, for one
That better
appearance.
be more than that.
How many stunners did it do? Because I heard that he puts on an extra 0.
I mean, dude,
No,
if he made 3 or 5, like you're saying, 2, 3, 4, $5 million for one appearance. Remember when Ultimate Warrior held up Vince for $1 million at WrestleMania, whatever it was, 7 or whatever?
No, that was at SummerSlam, but that was under different circumstances.
Right.
He was the reason that WrestleMania was as good as it was. You could say it was like 3/4 awesome. So it was a lot of that's because of him. Otherwise, we would have said it wasn't even. It'd have been like nothing. We would have thought it was
Night
just
one was
whatever.
the best. Night one was the
Well,
best.
yeah, I mean,
on that
and
night.
other people did do their part. It wasn't all him, but him being there that had to spike everything up.
It definitely did.
Vince, McAfee. I mean, all that stuff. I mean,
It definitely did. I mean, again, I don't know how much it did, but definitely spiked up at least. I want to say in between 12 to 20% ticket buys more.
And it
didn't
spiked
sell
up
out.
people looking at the pay-per-view and buying it. Because I had people that I fucking didn't even know watch wrestling saying, "Hey, did you know Stone Cold's coming back?" And I was like, "You watch wrestling back in the day? Yeah, not right now." They brought back if you want to know how to make new viewers and get old viewers, Stone Cold. There you go.
For real, that's kind of what got me too. I mean, Raw 1000. I didn't realize DX and all of them were just there for one night. It got me. Got my foot
He
in the door.
wrestled for 15 minutes and made a crap ton of money. That's the American dream.
Yeah. And it was a good match too. It wasn't like he always said he didn't want to do it if it was just to do it. And this was definitely not just to do it. It was one of the best matches on the card for sure.
So the big question is, Joe, and I mean, I know you said yes on this, but I wonder if you still say yes. Does he show up in Saudi?
I really think he's gonna. And also because all the rumors that happened, they were 95% true from that particular source. And one of the last things that was in those rumors was that he'll be in Saudi Arabia. So, and this won't be the last time. So there was Vince is going to wrestle. He won't just be outside the ring. He's going to get in the ring and have a match. That was number one. Number two is Stone Cold will be there and he'll get physical and it will be a match. That's there. So all that stuff added up, and then they said, and this won't be the only time Stone Cold comes back. He's coming back for more. Think Saudi. So I'm sticking with that. There's no reason to deny that rumor now. I mean, that person.
Take your shit too. Fuck it. Get that paycheck. They both deserve.
Well, that's what I'm
the hell
saying,
out of
dude.
it
It's
anyway.
going to be at least a $10 million paycheck, plus also notwithstanding T-shirt merchandise sales. Because remember, Saudi Arabia pays huge money.
Oh, yeah, and it gives them a chance to get a Stone Cold or whatever kind of shirt like that. That's going to be worth so much more to them. They'll pay anything.
Imagine how blessed you can be to take off 16 years and pretty much for the most part, and you can just show up. You can be slow.
Yeah.
You can just kick, punch, do a couple things, and you'll be the number one cheered for thing and most anticipated attraction.
sir.
That's amazing. And Stone Cold is doing right now what Hulk Hogan did in his heyday, whether it's mid-90s, late 90s, and early 2000s. The Stone Cold is doing what Hulk Hogan did because that's how big Stone Cold was. We don't.
Well, Hogan doesn't go further than that because, goddamn,
right?
Hulk Hogan did a lot of worse stuff.
Well, the other thing also is that, again, with all due respect to Hogan, Austin made more money. And remember, he only had a 5-year career of being on top. Think about that. Hogan had a bigger and a longer span, but Austin made more money, not just because of, I mean, again, the NWO stuff was a whole enterprise in itself. Hogan was a part of that equation, yes. But Austin was a one-man band.
He reinvented himself a lot, Hulk Hogan, going back from this to that to, and then at TNA he drained everybody's money.
I mean, it was smart that he reinvented himself, but yeah, TNA was just a horrible experiment. And I remember even thinking, even back then, like, okay, this is either going to work out extremely well or it's going to die a slow, painful death. And it died a slow, painful death.
Yeah.
So did Ric Flair's, but Ric Flair's were better. When he went to
well,
TNA.
Here's the thing. Even Ric Flair in TNA was more entertaining than Hogan being in TNA. I mean, the stuff that he did with Jay Lethal, the stuff that he did with, oh God,
you know why?
Yeah.
You know what? One thing about Hogan and TNA, Hogan never felt like he was coming in and he's the biggest deal and he's coming to kick some ass or do something. Hogan always felt like a game show host, like he wasn't even sure. Like, it almost felt like he wasn't even sure he was supposed to be there, which was weird. Like, he just felt like he wasn't sure he was supposed to be there. And I think
again, you had him, you had Bischoff, you had Vince Russo, you had Jeff Jarrett, you had Bubba the Love Sponge. I mean, everybody was there. That like thinking, why are they there?
Yeah,
why?
The Hogan entourage from the beach was there. It was weird.
And this is right before NXT, with like the NXT competition with like Daniel Bryan and all those guys
carrying the kegs or whatever.
Yeah, right before that. And again, this was at a time where wrestling was transitioning, and of course WWE was trying to get all like the the indie talent that they can garner, which by the way, very smart, but they just didn't really know what to do with them. And then of course, one by one, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen, however you want to call them, Sami Zayn, and granted, we needed that, but again, NXT was again the in my opinion, the flagship for so long, and then now all of a sudden now we have what we have. So again, indie wrestling, definitely we needed it, because if we didn't have that, we'd probably still be in the dark ages.
Wait,
yeah.
Dixie Carter grabbed Hogan's leg? What? I don't remember that.
Third leg.
Dixie Carter grabbed a lot of people.
Yeah.
by the wallet.
Kevin Nash. No,
I loved her.
He grabbed their hogs.
Apparently, Scott Hall wanted to like screw Dixie Carter.
Who didn't?
I think they did.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Didn't
you talk to Dixie Carter once?
Yeah, in the DM, she said she loved my voice.
Damn, she wanted to. There you go, Joe. She wanted to do.
What do they say about
Cronin cock?
Dixie Carter is definitely like that lady at the bar at the airport that you'd like. Yes, I'll have.
Mm-hmm.
And
the airport.
I don't know, man. Like
she said she wanted you to open her pussy and yell in it.
Dixie Carter was a sweetheart, and I couldn't believe she was DMing me. We always joke about this because Dixie Carter DM'd me to tell me that if she still owned the company, she'd hire me, and that she loves my voice, and
crazy.
She'll do what she can because she loves my voice, and so she did that, said it to me. But then Tony Khan DM'd Jake. So we always make a joke that he got the better owner. He got the one worth billions of dollars or whatever. I got the poorer owner in my DMs. Jake got Tony Khan. I got
the whore.
But I got the one that would sleep with me. So shout out to Dixie Carter, she's a sweetheart.
Maybe Tony Khan wanted to sleep with Jake.
Maybe Tony was looking for Jake's dick hole.
She wanted the big bone guy.
I remember that. I'll never forget that. Jake is like, dude, Tony Khan's DMing me right now. I'm like, what? That's crazy.
What did he say?
You sure it wasn't a troll job? It was actually Tony Khan?
No, it really was Tony. No, they really talked, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because we had said something on the show, and Jake had to send it to me to be like, look, it's really fucking him. What the fuck did I say? And
now, did Jake have the banana in his mouth as he was like, and then he was just like,
he should have. It was about what, 2 years ago? It was about maybe a year and a half. No, 2 years ago, and. Yeah, something that we got. We were repeating a news rumor, and we were talking about it, and then we were going down the rabbit hole. And Tony Khan DM'd Jake to be like, "Yeah, this isn't true. This is what we're doing." So don't tell anybody that I said that, but tell everybody that.
Oh
I said
my
that.
God! Erase your mind, you dirty dog. Dixie probably had a few D's in her backstage. Wow.
Oh, probably. Yeah, no. Listen, she was.
Wow.
Let me tell you something, bro. She was horny for the wrestlers. All right, and I don't blame her. I'm horny for her. So it's.
Except Jim Cornette, because he could not stand the sight of her, let alone the sound of her voice.
Right. I guess.
Stupid motherfucking bitch.
Have you ever heard that rant that he made about Dixie, especially after when I can't remember the knockout that got fired, but it was during one of the I think it's called Feast or Fire, where basically you get a briefcase and whichever one you get determines your fate. That was basically how they got rid of certain people that were leaving or transitioning to another company. And the girl that got the fired briefcase, it was called Feast or Fire. She didn't know she was getting fired that day until she actually got to the arena.
Oh my God!
Like that's why, and then he put on a huge ring. He's like, "Screw Dixie Carter." I mean, I was done.
She walked in and they asked her to buy a ticket.
No, that was the Highlanders, but then they got fired by Johnny Ace.
god. Johnny A is really.
Well, remember he was talent relations, you know.
Yeah. I fired him.
He probably still is, I think, isn't he?
Remember tonight they were like, oh, this whatever the fuck, Scottish warrior Celtic guy, Drew McIntyre. Jesus Christ, I'm having a stroke. Drew McIntyre's like, I was the first Scottish, like whatever, and I was like, what about the fucking Highlanders and everybody? I think that was after.
No, he's the first Scottish champion. That's what he meant to say.
Okay. Well, I mean, a lot of those people aren't even really Scottish anyway, so I was just fucking, I was laughing at that.
Isn't Finn Balor Scottish?
He's Irish, you dildo.
Irish, dude.
Oh. Well, they can both drink like a motherfucker, okay? It's hard to fucking tell.
That's your cue. Right? You should have said they all look alike right there. That was your...
No.
Bro, Finn Balor barely drinks, man. You see those abs? He doesn't eat any carbs at all.
Yeah, that guy might not eat food at all, yeah.
No, well, look at fucking Conor McGregor. He got so drunk he flew his fucking homies and got in a bus to fight, what's his name, Khabib. Threw a fucking dolly and everything.
How much you want to bet Conor McGregor would drink everybody under the table and still would find a way to drive an airplane just to have fun and just screw with TSA?
Right.
Could do a fucking flip.
Got to be careful with TSA, man. They're whacked out. TSA's nuts, bro. Dude, can it be fucking Thursday so I can watch the new Star Trek? I'm like, come on.
Thursday.
I gotta watch that. Okay, so it's a series. I thought it was like a whole like movie or something. Okay, I gotta watch
series.
No, it's a series.
What is it? 45 minutes?
Yeah, about 48, 50 minutes.
All right.
Oh, and I didn't get to see Doctor Strange today either. By the way,
it's on the Peacock. Yes,
it's on the CBS Paramount Network, not Peacock.
Well, then if you're not watching Doctor Strange, watch fucking Moon Knight, dude.
Oh great. No, that looks like a mess to me.
It looks like a mess.
It looks like
it was a secret mess, and then some stuff really goes down, and I'm like, okay, I fucks with it now. It was just the last episode. I was like,
it looks like a somber child trauma woke show to me.
It's always a woke
somber trauma.
Am I wrong?
Space? No, I mean, yeah, you're kind of right on some things like that. And then but that's only the little part of it. Like probably like 10% of the fucking show. Not even that.
I mean, listen, I gave Star Trek a third try. All right, Star Trek Discovery sucks. Star Trek Picard is a fucking mess. And
bring back Star Trek Next Generation.
Well, they did. That's the thing. They did. Picard is back, but it's terrible. It's all fucking trash woke. But Strange New Worlds is good. I liked it. I saw it the other day, and even Leah liked it. And we were like, holy fuck. The first episode is good. I'm telling you, I liked it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. How can the same writers fuck up Picard, fuck up Discovery, and then make Strange New Worlds pretty good, you know? The only problem anybody had with it was that they showed footage from January 6th or something. And I'm like, yeah, because that makes sense, though, because the world's going to World War III in the Star Trek universe. So it makes sense. I don't have a problem with that. Because I mean, dude, in 1996, we were supposed to have had the eugenics war. You know, in the show. So now the show, you can't look at the show as our real reflection because the timeline's all the... Anyway, this isn't Star Trek, and I'm not trying to go there, so whatever. Rhea Ripley's with Edge. Backlash was a 6 out of 10 for me. I liked it enough.
I gave it a 6.5.
6.5.
Rhea Ripley has those football shoulders.
Oh, yeah, bro. She got big-ass shoulders.
Yo, Rhea Ripley, she reminds me of Trinity from Matrix.
Yeah, I mean,
in like a weird way, she's got like that look, that build.
It's probably what it.
Because she's wearing leather. No, I mean, Carrie-Ann Moss doesn't have the wide shoulders though. Like she's small compared to her. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like Carrie-Ann Moss is 5 foot. Man, Carrie-Ann Moss is 5'9". So you might be onto something. But I mean, Carrie-Ann Moss to me still looks more like she doesn't have the broadness that, you know. Well, what's like her face? I'm tired, obviously. Yeah, like Carrie-Ann Moss, like she looks more like, but yeah, she's got that. I mean, she's wearing leather. I don't know. But
side note, I just realized this like about a week or two ago because I didn't realize it was the same person. But Serena Deeb, right?
Right.
Yeah. I didn't realize that she was one of the people in Punk's Straight Edge Society way back when because I didn't compare the two because she had like lost weight. And she got into yoga and stuff like that. I'm like, oh crap, that's the same chick.
I remember realizing that, but it was like 5 years ago. Yeah, But yeah, I think we've all had that realization though, because I forgot too, and one day I was like, oh, that's the girl that I remember thinking that. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, she kind of.
It's been a long time.
What the fuck?
Kind of, yeah. I think Rhea Ripley's obviously bigger though, but because Carrie Ann Moss she's an actress and Rhea Ripley's a fucking wrestler, so they you know.
True. Got a big old dick.
Oh
Lord!
What the hell?
On that note, Joe, what did you think of the main event?
I don't know. It was exciting because the fans loved it and it was chaotic and it was nice. I didn't care for it at all because of any match like this, I just don't care for. There's not enough star power in it to make me care. So it was fun-ish. So I gave it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like, okay, that was pretty good. I gave it a 7 because the crowd loved it so much and they were hyped for it. I gave it a 7, but I would absolutely never watch that ever again. That match tonight. I was just
gonna say, like, if they did like the Backlash 2001 main event concept where all the titles were up for grabs and whomever pinned whom, like that would be like, you know, they'd be the champion. Like, for example, if let's say the Usos put their titles on the line, and of course, obviously RK Bro put their titles on the line, Roman puts his titles on the line against, you know, Drew McIntyre. So whoever pins who, they, you know, get the belts or get the belts depending. And I wish the Bloodline would have left with all the titles like literally in one night. That would have made the match more interesting for me.
Well, I heard that Fox pulled the plug on this. Do you hear this? That Fox said they didn't want the titles being shared. Like, this is a real rumor that a lot of people reported on.
I highly doubt that because ultimately WWE still makes their own decision, even though that they're on a major network.
I agree with that.
That's their domain.
I agree. It is weird though they pulled it. But I think they just changed their minds, right? I mean,
yes, Vince definitely changed his mind.
That's what I believe too. But I can't believe the network would, you know, pull that sort of move or whatever you want to say. But
so they're gonna still have all the belts, or are they gonna just use?
I think they're gonna combine them at one point. I think they are gonna do that, but honestly, it's going to be, I mean, Hell in a Cell would be perfect for RK Bro and the Usos just to beat the crap out of each other for the titles.
Let's hope they all fall off the cage. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine that they all go off the top of the cage. Listen, man.
Yeah, like Jericho.
Like they just go flying off. I'm going to wrap it up, baby. It's good to talk with you guys tonight. It's been a long day. I've been a long day of smelling flowers, having allergies, being up early. And I'm going to wrap it up like Dave Chappelle in that skit.
Brother.
Don't get slapped.
Getty Lee, what did you give it tonight, man? We didn't hear from Getty.
Dude, I was watching this shit fucking bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking 3 out of 10, if that. 2.
Wow. Getty hated it.
Horrible.
Damn.
Shit.
Brutal.
Wow.
Yeah, he started playing video games.
It was a house show. It felt like a house show. The ending, the last shit. Felt like a shit where they throw their best stars out in a tag team match, and there you go. There's the house show.
You know what is good though is
that's not a bad concept.
That Lamb of God T-shirt is fire though. Let's say that.
Yeah, it looks great.
So yeah, so there you go. Some people did hate it tonight, and I get it because normally I would hate something like this, but for whatever reason I thought it was nice enough. Like I was somewhat entertained. I don't know why. So I give it a 6 out of 10, but I think a lot of people were at the 5 or 4 level, and some people were giving it a 7. So it is what it is. I'll give it a 6.
Your post said it was good.
Maybe it's because I had sex last night, like crazy sex. I don't know.
It's like, fuck yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so maybe
the rumors are true.
You suck me off. I give things good ratings. I don't know. All right, good
night. Match in bed was better than this shit.
It definitely was better. It would that would have sold well if I could release it. All right, good night, boys.
So are you saying, Joe, that it's 69 Leahs out of 10?
69 Leahs out of 10. Good night, boys. Kisses. Thank you.
Brothers.
Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank all you for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. I am so hungry right now. I haven't really eaten with all the Mother's Day stuff that went on today at my place, at least. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks to everybody who's been donating during all my streams, keeping my channel alive, keeping these shows going, and dropping the brand new $30 donation tonight, man. You guys were awesome. That was awesome. I really appreciate that, man. We got we got crazy tonight. And I appreciate everybody for being here. So shout out to you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Backlash, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. And the ratings, you guys pretty much seemingly gave it a 6 or so out of 10 as well. Maybe a 5 out of 10. But overall, looks like you guys gave it about a 6 overall. 647 votes. That is not a small sample size. You know? Best show ever is a 9 or 8 or 10. Good is maybe an 8.76. Blah is a 6.54, I think. And then terrible is probably a 4.321.0. So I'm going to say you guys thought about the same. Pretty good stuff, man. Hit that like button down below if you can on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Watch my other videos that you might have missed. Hell, look up more videos of me going crazy. You know, there's like fucking 7,000 Joe Cronin Show videos since 2012. Rants, skits, craziness, and all the stuff that's up on Patreon that is not here on YouTube. Me and my friend Sean did a podcast the other day on Patreon. If you heard it, I saw a lot of you guys heard it the other day on Patreon exclusively. Check that out as well. Ripley's hot. What up, Ray? Thank you. And shout out to the man who looks like he's taking home the JCS Digital Championship tonight. The Ghost from the Coast. The brand new $30 Acknowledge Joe donation. Donate to me. It's a success, I believe, tonight. We saw about 3 of them, plus the 60 and more. More new ones coming this week. Tomorrow night, we'll see you from Monday Night Raw and the Monday Night Raw review. Let's hope to God Monday Night Raw isn't a piece of shit tomorrow night. So please, Raw, be good. Mr. Kincaid, good to see you, man. What up? Hit that like button on the way out and stick the thumb in my ass. If you missed most of this review, go back and watch it from the beginning. I had more energy at the beginning of this thing anyway. So go back and listen to this or re-listen to this again. Share it out. Tell a friend. Tell everybody. I'm Joe Cronin. I love you. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll be on Twitter tonight for a little bit at JCS Commentary. Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. All the links in the description box down below. And if you want to become a patron and support the channel and get tons of bonus content, Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And now I'm going to go play with my hog in the bathroom. Good night. From Providence, Rhode Island tonight, WWE Backlash. Shout out to the digital JCS champion, Ghost from the Coast. Hey, I hope you guys rewatch our UFC coverage last night. If you missed it, Beat the Clock last night was a lot of fun. And certainly our UFC coverage was a lot of fun. Right, like that. Here you go.
Come up in me, come up in me, come up in me. Come up in me, do what I need, cause if it turns into a baby, I can always kill it, kill it. Come up in me, do what I need, cause if it turns into a baby, I can always kill it, kill it. Come up in me, do what I need, cause if it turns into a baby, I can always kill it, kill it. Come up in me, come up in me, come up in me, come up in me, do what I need, cause if it turns into a baby, I can always kill it, and kill it.
Do what I need. Baby, just come up in me. Yeah, do what I need, cause I can always kill it. We can always just kill it. Come up in me, come up in me, give it to me. Come up in me, cause if it turns to a baby, I can always kill it. Oh, just kill it, just kill it. It's my body and I can kill it. I can kill it. Oh, kill it, kill it. Come up in me, do what I need, cause if it turns into a baby, I can always kill it, kill it, kill it. We can always kill it, kill it, yeah. Come up in me, come up in me. Baby, just do what I need. We can always just fucking kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Something like that. See, we're working, this is a work in progress, okay? This is a work in progress. We're working on this. We'll figure it out eventually. Kill it. I'm a dad and free to live, so fuck that, I cut its throat. I fucking made it choke, I fucking slit the throat around the rope. I hanged it dope, and now I'm outside motherfucking smoking dope. I don't give a fuck, no baby mama, the bitch had me and fucking get down and fuck, yeah. One girl at a time, one rhyme at a time, on my own dime. I can always do what I want. I can always come up in me, do what I need. If it turns into a baby, we can always just kill it. Kill it. Just kill it. Kill it. Just kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Just kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Oh, come up in me. Come up in me. Do what I need. If it turns to a baby, we can always just fucking kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. We can undo it by killing it. So sick of being told what I gotta do, so I went to the doctor and ended you. We were gonna call you Toby, maybe call you Amanda if you were a girl, but instead we ended all your world. We took your fucking little fertilized cells and ripped them apart and send you straight to hell. Flush you down a toilet bowl and you're gone. Bye-bye, no more little fucking crying. Way at night, ain't gonna do that to my life, so fuck that, I'm going to work. I just had to slip a coat hanger up my girl's skirt. Kill it. I love abortions. Kill it. Kill it. That's why I support them. Kill it. We can always so come up in me. Do what I need. Do what I please. If it turns into a baby, we can always kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Just kill it. Motherfucking kill it. Choke it. Kill it. Stab it. Nah. Then I get a gun and I'll shoot it. Fucking fetus blows up in my face. All over the place. I'm a fucking crazy.